Dude, Luke, the printer's still busted, man. What the fuck?
How's it going, everybody?
Hello.
Welcome to episode 137 of the Topless Robot podcast. My name is Ryan.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Kalen. I'm 1,000 years old.
Not today.
At least that's how long he suffered.
And we took last week off because of Mother's Day, and
Yes.
we are all a bunch of mama's boys.
Fuck.
My mother appreciated it.
I forgot. I was going to bring
mom
the
did.
paintings that my mom made because they're kind of cool and show them off. 'Cause
Wow,
my
you're
mom is cooler than all of your guys' moms.
I
beat your mom
highly
up.
doubt that.
Mom, fight!
My mom was the fiddle player for David Allen Coe.
My
gonna say,
mom
we
is a
probably-
person who loves me very much.
I was going to say we'd probably get a lot of money if we had a mom fight, but then I was like, actually, I don't want to put my mom in that situation.
It's
So-
a- it's a follow
I
up
don't
to Josh
want to.
fight.
Yeah, I don't want to put my mom in front of the audience who would appreciate that.
Because then they would
I put
collectively
money on your
shame
mom
us.
winning a fight, though.
my mom would kick ass.
My mom's a brittle, small lady.
My mom is cool.
You know how Peaches over B, like she
I
kind
got
of
her a
like
machete
throws her
for
hip
Mother's
at
Day,
people?
so now she's armed.
That's how my mom would fight.
But I did though.
I don't think that's allowed at mom fight, though.
I mean, it was
It's
a,
bare knuckle
it was a
boxing.
Mother's Day gift.
It's hobo style,
Mother's
dude.
Day gift.
So we've got a couple of weeks of news to catch up on.
Weeks that I
none
totally
of which
forgotten.
I remember. Yeah, exactly.
A bunch of things happened.
Pokemon
and
Snap came out.
We talked about that
talked about that.
previously.
We already
Oh,
talked
that's right.
about
We
that.
did talk about
that was a
that.
couple
We
weeks
already
ago.
talked about Mortal Kombat.
Played a lot about that.
We did not talk about the fact that I actually watched it. Wait, no, yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
No, that already happened.
Yeah, I did.
Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 1
that already happened a long time ago.
The remaster was released on Friday.
What else has happened? Oh,
Sony announced 2 new colored controllers for the PlayStation 5, so now you can
Black and also black.
black and red.
Excuse
are
me,
the 2
I
colors.
t- Tuxedo
Which makes a
and
lot of sense
Midnight.
because when I think of people who play a lot of video games and like maybe had gotten in line for a PlayStation 5,
You probably shouldn't be giving them a white controller.
I was gonna say I think of people with Cheeto stained fingies.
yeah.
Cheetos.
Look, I've never had a white
As
controller.
someone who played video games in my bed last night while eating a bag of combined Cheetos and Takis, I am not trashing on anyone.
Look, I look at those. I look at this white controller as my canvas for which to
Like, I am
my
not.
art.
It's how you see how many miles a gamer has walked.
My controller looks like a Jackson
Yes,
There was one
painting.
set of Prince Gamer carried me.
And when there was only one set of Cheeto fingerprints, it's because Christ had his hands on the controller the whole time.
Now, I am not like a dirty person body wise. I'm a sloppy person.
That sounds like exactly the kind of thing that a dirty person would say.
In my life, I'm definitely a slob, but like when it comes to personal grooming and stuff like that, I'm a clean boy.
You got a dirty mind.
He's not a dirty boy.
Dirty minds,
He's not
but
a
clean
dirty
buttholes.
boy.
And
He's a clean
like
boy.
even still, yeah, you can absolutely see just
Especially
like
those ones we talked about.
skin flakes and stuff like that.
the
Like it just
triangle,
happens.
Square, X, circle patterns on
Yeah.
those things.
That is one of
Those are just little
my least favorite
grunge
combination
magnets.
of words. Skin
You
flakes.
mean you guys?
That's gross.
You guys
It's
don't
gross.
wear gloves
I mean, you're
when you
constantly
play?
shedding
I guess you
skin.
guys
I
are
know.
real gamers. Fingerless gloves.
You have a power glove on both hands.
I had to cut out the hole for my left hand because I have 2 right-handed power
These
gloves.
gloves used
but-
to have fingers on them, but I gamed so hard that they burned off. The speed.
No, it's just hot dogs.
Aside from that, Resident Evil 8 came out last week, and I
beat
beat
it last night?
Yeah, I did end
how's
up
it?
beating it last night.
Nice.
And it was great. I really enjoyed it. Compared to Resident Evil 7, though, so Resident Evil 7, I got very excited about that because I played the demo, and it was taking what had become a more action-focused, an increasingly action-focused series, back into survival horror. Where like the first half of that game is legitimately spooky. Like there are legitimately scary moments in that.
The first hour of that game is some of the most terrifying games.
How many P spots, Tyler? How many P spots in an hour?
It seriously felt like they had learned from PT.
Too many.
Totally.
And but until you get to the second half of the game, and it just becomes a normal ass Resident Evil game.
Collect things, solve puzzles, and shoot.
Collect things, solve puzzles, and collect keys that share an ornate pattern with the door that they are meant to unlock.
Oh, you mean like in the first one?
And every single other one?
The second one too, right?
Yeah.
I think also the third one.
Yeah.
I don't know about the fourth one. I know they kind of changed things up in the fourth one.
Well, so it depends
All I
on
know
what
is
fourth
I've
one
been in
you're
a few
talking
different
about.
police stations that I've never seen like any rook doors or Queen of Heart gates.
What were you doing in these police stations, Kalen?
What if they put like chess pieces on the things and you had to move those around? Oh, wait, they did that in the second one.
Yeah.
Playing card suits?
But you got to remember, Resident Evil, the fourth one is Code Veronica. It's not Resident Evil 4. Then the
And
fifth
Resident
one
Evil
is Resident Evil 4.
is actually the fifth one.
Code Ronnie.
Did it come out after?
I think Resident Evil
Resident Evil
0
4?
and the Resident Evil 1 remake.
Resident Evil Code
Did those
Red.
come out before 4? Maybe
Resident
they came
Evil
out.
Baja
Yeah, I think
Blast.
They came out before 4. Yeah.
Thank you.
Resident Evil High Voltage.
And then there's Revelations, which takes place both before and after Resident Evil 5.
And then there's the movies, which are canon.
Resident Evil Baja Blast 0.
Welcome to Topless Robot, where we just read out the list of all the Resident Evil games. Riveting stuff here.
So what about
swear
Resident
it's a
Evil 1
bit-
Director's Cut?
So I was excited for the direction that they seem to be taking Resident Evil in with Resident Evil 7. Like it was a very welcome change. But Resident Evil 8, it's not scary at all. Like there's no scares there. There are not scares to be had.
But big titty vampire goth girlfriend.
Not scary. Also, I'm sorry, the internet, but she's the first boss of the game.
Is she really?
You beat her within the first half hour of the game, and then she's gone.
That's
Good.
They
disappointing.
did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Like, ew, okay, you guys got way too horny real quick. We're killing her.
Like,
We're
she's-
bringing out the bonk.
She's not even the main antagonist.
That's funny.
Like the main antagonist is someone named Mother Miranda, and Mother
And
Miranda.
she's not that hot.
No,
Big
she's not
And thus-
internet meme worthy.
Although she can shapeshift, which has potential to be hot.
Technically, yeah. So
Right? Who
Mother
wants to make it with
Miranda
a ditto,
created
you know?
all of the other ones, and the other ones are Lady Dimitrescu, Heisenberg, Carl Heisenberg,
I am the one who knocks.
Moreau, who is this nasty fish man who has like frog eggs on his back that are eyeballs.
Oh, like
William
is
Birkin.
it spelled
Oh, so
like
he's a Bloodborne
is it
enemy.
spelled like,
He's like super gross, and definitely.
is it spelled like Dr. Moreau? Are they?
It is
it
spelled
a
like
nod?
Dr. Moreau. It is a
fun
nod
Hell
to
yeah.
Dr. Moreau.
Hell yeah.
And fuck, I can't remember her name, but it's Ben
Kevin.
Viento, the Ben Viento house, who is a
Kevin.
girl who has a disfigured face, and so she grew up very self-conscious, didn't talk to anyone, but she started making dolls, and she would use her dolls to talk to people. And so in her powered form, she is, always in a black veil, and she has put part of her power into one of her dolls. So, and it's all like her whole section is all about illusion and, stuff like that.
Well, I guess you could say she is always a black veil bridesmaid, never a black veil bride. Yeah. Okay, there's my shitty joke for the day. I'll just go home now.
Yes, I'm sure that will be
That
the
was
only one.
Yes.
The only
Only
shitty
one.
joke.
Only one.
I just really quick want to point out the only thing that I've seen from this game, like the longest
Is what, Lady
extent-
Dimitrescu?
Lady Dimitrescu and somebody walking around with the fly swatter and smacking her in the ass. That is all I know about Resident Evil 7. 8. I'm dying.
if you're gonna die, make sure you look right at the camera as you do it.
And scoot over.
I don't want any of your ilk on me when you die.
I'm not going to get into spoiler territory, but I will say
Dumbledore
that
does.
I was very, very surprised. You know, because 7 and 8 have been such a departure from the rest of the series, they feel like they're a reimagining of the Resident Evil series because we already got an end. Wesker's dead.
Yeah.
You know, like we already got boulder punching Chris and shit like that. Like the series had jumped the shark.
Oh yeah.
And so 7 felt like a good reimagining, and it was like just kind of
T-virus shark.
okay. Here's a new line. We don't know who Ethan Winters or Mia Winters is, and then it's we get the Chris Redfield reveal at the very end of the game.
Working for Umbrella.
Yeah, working for BSAA.
Right.
And he was working for BSAA in 6 as well. But the the lore that's revealed in 8 have implications that affect the entire series. So, like, as a whole, it actually has bearing on everything, and it seems like they're like it's almost like a little bit of retcon, but technically not, because it's stuff that they have never gone into, like they haven't really explained.
Yeah.
They're just giving more context for early stuff. And so that was pretty cool. And I hope that we kind of continue with the trend that 7 and 8 have established in terms of gameplay, in terms of story, in terms of atmosphere, because like while 7 may not have been the beginning of a new storyline, it kind of was, but kind of isn't. It, at the very least, marks the beginning of a different direction in gameplay, which I am fully on board for.
I'm not. I liked 5 and 6 a lot.
Really?
Well, you're the kind of fellow that likes to punch boulders now, ain't you?
I absolutely am.
You're the kind of fellow that likes to suplex trains, ain't you?
I loved all of the kitschy one-liners. I loved all of the fucking rootin', tootin', bangin', shootin'. Like, it was a fucking 80s action movie through the eyes of Japan, and I love it.
80s action movies.
I mean, 6 has the most convoluted storyline of any of the games.
That
in the
game
entire
fucking
series.
slapped, though. I love that game.
I'm gonna say, like, I very rarely hear Resident Evil 6 talked about in a good light.
Resident Evil 6 is it's not traditionally talked about in a good light. However, we have an article on our website about how Resident Evil 6 is worth revisiting.
Wait, we have articles? I only read it for the pictures.
We all
you
know
can
that
read?
Tyler just looks at the website at
You've
the
met
pictures.
me, right?
When he's feeling a little excited about Resident Evil 6, if you know what I'm saying.
Actually, no.
Whatever.
Please explain the joke to me.
If you haven't played 6, you have to play 6.
I have not
play
played.
co-op with me.
6 is the only Resident Evil game I have not played.
Shit, I've actually never played it. I'll play it with you.
It's co-op. It's fucking bomb.
Yeah, let's fucking do it.
All right.
What Resident Evil game
What better guide to the world of Resident Evil 6 than by its biggest stand?
6 is the one with the false Ada Wong, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Only Resident
it's-
Evil game I've played is Resident Evil 7, and I played like an hour and a half of it, and
Oh,
we'll never
really?
go back. Yeah.
Really? You should play.
I don't like horror games.
You should try playing the remake of 2 or 3, because like it's like a little spooky, but it's
Yeah.
not. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think
wouldn't
it'll
call
scare
them
you at all,
spooky.
and they're fun.
Oops. Wake up.
They're more like action games.
Yeah,
I know.
It's
just-
like they I guess the original 1 and 2 and 3 were survival horror.
yeah.
But real quick they started kind of going off the rails there.
Oh, you guys want guns?
And 4 was a real interesting step in a different direction.
Oh, you guys want to go to Europe?
Yeah. Like the whole storyline of 4 is so weird because we're like kind of outside of what we like. All of the games up to that point are kind of in this Raccoon City bubble. You know, Raccoon City are the outskirts of Raccoon City.
Zombies.
And then all of a sudden we're, in a foreign country.
Saving the president's
Saving
daughter.
the president's daughter. Leon Kennedy has become a Secret Service agent, and he's off to save the president's daughter.
Now, Jack Ryan.
But
Well, don't worry. The president dies at the start of 6 because he turns into a zombie, and
Exactly.
Leon has to shoot him.
So
Oh, he doesn't.
and-
He doesn't jump into a giant mech and start playing a bullet hell. Or?
So
Spoilers.
that was actually kind of part of the whole plan that was established in 4 is that the reason that the president's daughter was kidnapped was so she could be infected by this virus, which allows this terrorist to mind control. And he was going to send her back to infect the president so he could take control of the president of the United States. Like that was the whole end game, end goal of
actually
4.
the real heir to Big Boss?
From
Yes.
from an
Solid as
outsider's
snake.
perspective, of like never having played this game series pretty much at all, that sounds like the most bonkers game
I
story
told- it's a
of all fucking time, and I love it.
Shitty action movie written by people from Japan.
Yeah, people
Okay.
who like slept through half of the movie while there was all the talking and stuff, and only watched the cool parts.
I've
Leon
never
has so
been
many-
a zombie game person at all for obvious reasons. Even if they're not really scary, they've just never brought me in. I've literally only ever played. I think the most I've played of a zombie game is Zombie U on the
God.
Wii U, and that was only because I wanted to be the king of zombies and just spawn zombies on my friends, and that was fun. But beyond that, I don't think I've really ever played a zombie game to completion.
Didn't play Resident
he's
Evil
never
2.
played Resident Evil, but he's played the Wii U. Doesn't make any sense.
Yep. Brooks, I don't know if this would like actually piss people off to say, but the narrative shift in Resident Evil feels like they took influence from House of the Dead.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, I would agree
For
with you. Like, all we needed was just some like loosely thrown hatchets, and we would have been fine.
Also, I mean,
Carnival.
Oh, but we did it in 4
Yeah, it's
and
true.
5.
also, I mean, the I don't think they had any of this in mind when they made Resident Evil 1.
Of course not.
No,
You know,
they're like,
so-
hey, let's make a cool game.
Yeah,
Let's make-
exactly.
This is spooky.
You know,
Haunted house.
and like, sure, they plant, some kind of
Okay, no, they had-
How do we
story
wrap this
things
up?
and shit.
Self-destruct. Yeah, that'll be fine.
I feel like they definitely had some of that in mind, though, when you look at the action movie scenes that they filmed for the first one with those.
The live action.
I
stuff,
love those
yeah.
They're
so
so
much.
bad.
They're
I love
so
that.
awesome. It's like as the live action version of those cutscenes from X4.
Yeah,
I probably
basically.
rented the Resident Evil 1 director's cut like 6 or 7 different times from Blockbuster.
I did not have a memory
that
card
ages you
when
very
I first.
much. I just want to say
I did not.
sentence.
I did not have a memory card when I first started playing Resident Evil when it first came out, and so I just left my PlayStation on.
So was that when Woodrow Wilson was president, or was that Calvin Coolidge?
I also ended up playing through Final Fantasy VII the same way because I still didn't have a memory card.
wow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I did that with Fire Emblem Path of Radiance on the GameCube.
Nice.
And now
My-
he's
and
made
We
up
only
for
had
it
3
by-
channels on television.
I literally left my GameCube on the entire time I was playing that game not because I didn't have a memory card yet, is because the one that I had in my GameCube corrupted itself while the game was going, so I couldn't save it. So I'm just like, fuck it.
It was worth it because Path of Radiance also slaps.
It was so good. I loved Path of Radiance.
So all that to say, Resident Evil is great. If you enjoy Resident Evil lore, it definitely has wonderful contributions to it, and it looks goddamn gorgeous. Like, holy shit, it is one of the prettiest games I've ever played, and it's a good time. It's a real good time.
Hell yeah.
But definitely easier than I wanted it to be. So I will be doing playthroughs on harder difficulties.
There's only one character you play as, right? I mean, like one narrative. You don't have the split thing.
Right.
Kinda.
Okay.
It's not split like 6. But it's split in the same way that 7 was split, where like there's a portion that you play as Mia.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a portion that you play as Chris in 8. So
Crimps.
He's closer and closer to becoming the Hulk.
yeah.
Well, you did fight him in NBC3, so that's canon, right?
Who would play Chris Redfield in the live action?
Mark Wahlberg.
Terry Crews and Whiteface.
John Cena.
I can see John Cena.
Yeah.
I can't.
Actually, since looking at Chris in this last movie or in this last game, the guy who was in the first Altered Carbon is who I would see.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, and the first season of Altered Carbon.
Yeah.
Guy?
Yeah, that
Totally.
dude.
That guy.
I can absolutely see that.
The only other thing I know he was on was The Bridge.
He needs to be a little bit more cut, but
He was yoked in Altered Carbon.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he
he
was
was,
beefy.
yeah.
He was
Yeah.
like
Be a little beefy.
swimmer.
Oh, you just
yeah.
No,
He was
no,
sweet.
no. You just get him to play
He
Leon.
didn't have the
Leon.
shoulder.
Stop body shaming people, you
He didn't
fuckers.
have the Chris Redfield shoulders.
Yeah.
You just get him to play Leon.
Can't play Chris Redfield unless you look like you're smuggling cans of beans under your jacket.
I've stolen all of the lunch meat from this Walmart and it's under my coat.
Look at these hairs.
When you beat the game, you unlock Mercenaries mode, where you just there are 3 settings that you just it's arcade. It's an arcadey time-based kind of thing, with some almost like roguelite elements thrown in, where you get an upgrade bubble and then you pick a permanent upgrade for the run, and those all stack. So it'll be headshots cause more damage, you heal yourself by shooting people, that kind of shit. But it's supposed to be a quick fire thing. 3 rounds, you visit the Duke, the merchant, in between each round and shit. So
The Duke.
it's pretty fun. I have gotten a B so far. If you get an SS on Mercenaries mode,
You go straight to Nuremberg.
I was gonna make that
I knew it was coming the second that I said.
You could feel it in the air. Just oh no.
If you get a double S, you unlock the ability to purchase what is effectively a lightsaber to use in the main game.
Oh, sick.
That's pretty cool.
Rad.
In the main game?
Yeah.
That's one thing that I do love about the Resident Evil games that I've played is that, if you work hard, then you get to shitpost in the game.
Oh yeah, dude, getting the elephant gun and the Chicago typewriter in New Game Plus for 4. The typewriter never runs out of ammo.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can unlock. Some of it is infinite ammo for the grenade launcher and shit
Yep.
like that. But you purchase them with challenge points. So
Unless you buy the deluxe version that comes out in a couple of months.
no, the deluxe version is already out and it doesn't do anything with
Yeah, you have to buy a Game Genie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
do they still make
Excuse
those?
me, it's a Game Shark.
From Galoob.
Oh, man. I froze my game. Put too many codes in.
I have a fun little thing if we're done with the Resident Evil thing.
Okay.
Because I don't have anything to say about Resident Evil.
Wow.
Except, haha, scared.
Welcome
it's
to
funny
my life
because-
during TV talks.
After this podcast, I'm going to make you play Resident Evil 8.
Ooh. President Level.
So this whole week, I've been playing the surprise re-release of Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 1. Black Isle Studios randomly came back, or I don't know if they're actually back because they went insolvent.
So is there
In
corpse
2006,
being
2007.
propped up
Well,
for money?
they were bought.
They were they went under completely. Their IPs were brought.
software.
Obsidian was kind of like their successor. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, because they're making Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 3 coming up
Right.
here soon, which is going
Baldur's.
to be Boulders.
Boulder Punch.
Chris Boulder Punch Redfield. We're back into Resident Evil, baby.
Chris
Baldur's Gate Redfield.
Chris Balder Punch Redfield.
But yeah, so just out of nowhere, there was no fanfare, no it was just oh hey, by the way, there's a 4K remaster of Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's.
Shut up. I already have a hard enough time talking.
Hey Tyler.
You.
Hey Tyler, say milk.
No. But yeah, they just randomly released it, and I'm just gonna keep saying Boulders. It's Baldur's Gate.
It's not a bald spot, it's a bold spot.
Boulders.
It's the Boulder edition.
And how do you pronounce the word pillow, Tyler?
What?
Palo.
Pillow?
Pillow.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you're going to be one of those pillow people.
No, he is a pillow. He is a pillow person.
I don't say pillow. I say pillow.
No, it's a
I've never
pillow,
heard
but
someone
it's
say
a
pillow.
Peloton.
Hey, girl, you want to have some pillow talk?
So you've been playing it. It's good.
It is. They did absolutely nothing to change the game other than made it 4K remaster. Everything, it looks way better than like they didn't actually update the graphics really. They just made it smoothed out so it works on a new TV.
And Tyler
But it
went
looks-
down to Howie's Game Shack to relive the old days.
Pretty much. I've been playing it all week with my roommate. We've been playing, and I forgot how hard that game was actually. Like we were getting our ass kicked the whole way through. But they're going to be making Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2 as well.
Baldur's Gate.
And yeah, like for out of nowhere, Black Isle Studios Twitter handle is back, and they like literally did not market this at all. It just was out of nowhere. People were like, "What the fuck?" So
Turns out it's just one person who resurrected all of this, just feverishly working behind the scenes. Just some crazy man who never left the office building after the company went insolvent.
he's an old dude. He's just like hooked
He never
up to
actually knew there was a pandemic because he was just inside working on this the entire time.
He's hooked up to all these dusty PCs that are still running Windows 95. Must release Baldur's Gate.
My brain
Dark
power is
Alliance.
contained within
Baldur's Gate.
all 8 megabytes of RAM that these computers share collectively.
In the future, computers may have as much as 16 megabytes of RAM. I must prepare for this contingency.
I'm really not surprised to see them come back with the fanfare that surrounded the announcement of Dark Alliance 3. Like, people, the internet was going
Stoked.
crazy about that. Like,
And
super
especially,
stoked to see
I'm
that
stoked
return.
about it because like you're gonna play as Drizzt, Brunor, Wolfgar, and Catti Bry, which are like the best characters out of any of the
I know
Salvatore.
nothing about Baldur Kazooie. So
Did I just say a whole bunch of words that nobody understood?
Yeah.
He just turned to look at me just like,
Wolfgar, whiny Pete.
Wow. Okay.
That's what
no
we should
one
call
else
it.
here has read the R.A. Salvatore.
I mean, I
Books?
just have to say I'm so tired of D&D edgelords worshipping Drizzt that
I dressed my pants.
like Drizzt.
No, and that's fair.
We just shouldn't talk about Drizzt anymore.
You beat me to
Ever.
it, by the way, Dan. You beat me to it. Because when you were done, I was going to start talking shit about Drizzt.
But I never got to play as Wolfgar or Brunor. and
That's
I'm
why you make up
excited
your own
for them.
characters!
You know what? I'm excited. And you cannot shit on my parade. You cannot Drizzt on my parade.
He can.
I Drizzt what I please.
How dare you Drizzt on my parade? Drizzt on my campaign.
It's a swing and a magic miss.
That's a natty one.
Yeah. No, I got so sidetracked.
Someone else talked
Resident
about
Evil.
He's now lost.
This is a podcast.
He's still just daydreaming about Drizzt right now.
He's so excited. I can see it in
Totally. Absolutely.
As
100%.
Drizzt nimble
Now
fingers.
I am the one who is lost in the conversation. I have no idea what you guys are talking
As
about.
Drizzt,
What was the last character? Like,
No,
Caddy
you and I
Wants
are on the same page.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
as
Catti
Drizzt-
Bry. Yes.
What's a Drizzt?
well, it's this thing. As Drizzt run his nimble fingers to the waistband of my sweatpants.
It's like not quite a drizzle, not quite a mist.
No, it's that Stephen King movie. The Drizzt.
No, it's what you get when
Something in the Drizzt.
No, it's what you get when you get really mad at somebody.
Sierra Drizzt.
Wow. I just ruined that.
Yep.
Yes! Your silence fuels me. Bring more.
Is it spelled
Rocket launcher.
D-R-I-S-T?
No, it's ZRIZZT.
Like ZZ Top, but not as cool.
He's an edgy D&D character,
Yeah.
basically.
He's not
What
even
makes
edgy.
him edgy?
The fact that somebody got paid to write a bunch of fan fiction about the character he made.
Oh.
So it's that kind of
He's
it's
not
that
even
kind of deal.
edgy.
It's not bad.
He's like the opposite of edgy. He's like the only black
An
elf.
edgy D&D character is
Dark
an
elf.
oxymoron.
Oh, so he's an anti-hero is what you're
He's an
saying.
anti-hero.
Does he have a gun?
No.
Does he ask where the damn Chaos Emeralds are?
You look at this man and tell me he's not edgy.
He's a dark elf.
They're all edgy.
His buckles have buckles.
He can't grow body hair.
He has a heart of gold.
He's what Danzig
and he
thinks
fights
he is.
Artemis and Trary, who is an edgelord.
Whatever.
And yes, I know way too much about the R.A. Salvatore
Tyler,
era.
You do realize
He's a Mary Sue, okay?
the only person strong enough to fight an edgelord is another edgelord. You
true.
do
It's
realize
True.
that.
It is true.
That's a good.
That's why I'm doomed to be an ancillary character.
Yeah, one edgelord, another edgelord just makes all the edges
And
dull.
they keep teleporting behind each other to try to stab the other one in the back.
Nothing personnel kid, and they're just like they're stuck in a loop.
And then their eyes meet.
Nothing
and Driss
personnel
runs his
kit.
finger down.
Go back!
That's actually how they discover. That's actually how they discover unending energy sources. Them just teleporting back and forth behind each other, trying to slice each other, and it just creates this feedback loop.
And when you have that protag energy, you never run out of mana to teleport with.
Exactly.
So it never. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
an
yeah.
infinite game of grab ass.
Who gets the last cheek?
So,
I just want to point out really quick. This reminds me of 8th grade when I liked this at the time too, and got made fun of for liking Driss.
Can I give you a noogie?
I'm like,
Better not go to the bathroom. You're gonna get a swirly from
the
hell.
only thing that's missing are my suspenders and my books.
Put him in a headlock and just.
Can I make fun of your new pets as well?
I'm gonna get my dad. He's gonna
Speaking-
beat all you up because I didn't do that.
speaking of surprise announcements that fucking came out of nowhere, Nintendo announced this game creator thing.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like supposed to be teaching game programming in a tangible, sort of way,
kids.
in the same way that they do like the Toy-Con stuff.
Oh.
Or people with one brain cell like me.
Yeah. Yes.
If I know nothing about coding, it will be enlightening.
And
I thought you said
it-
codeine.
No,
Unfortunately-
he leans on it.
unfortunately, it's Nintendo.
Right.
So that means that to share the games that you've made, do you think it's going to be easy?
Nope.
You
Is
just
it-
code.
is
a
it-
13-digit code.
Friend code.
Yep.
Play my game or else. You're not my friend.
You'd think they would have learned from friend codes,
No.
right? But
Nintendo doesn't learn.
no.
And this time you can't actually text that friend code to people. You have to shout it at them. But you start putting it into your phone, it just self-deletes.
So yeah, I think it's cool. The announcement fucking came out of nowhere. Just all of a sudden, they just posted it on their YouTube channel, and it has potential, but it's going to be ruined eternally by Nintendo's failure to understand the internet.
Well, maybe they will learn someday.
I gave up
That was a joke. How come you guys weren't laughing?
Oh, I'm sorry, Tyler.
because it's not.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's not funny anymore. It was funny 15 years ago.
I got nothing.
Good bit.
So it's
Thanks, Dan.
I don't want to have to hunt down the fan-made websites, right, that allow you to
What, you
submit
don't
your
wanna live
fucking
the good old
13-digit
days?
code and shit. But we'll see. Hopefully some pretty cool shit could come out of it.
I'm just excited to see all the crazy shit people are going to make, and so I can watch it on YouTube in quick formats where I don't have to play
right.
it.
Considering like how creative people have gotten in games like Mario Maker,
Or the Labo. People did some cool
Yeah.
stuff with that.
I think that there's going to be a whole lot of shit, but the good stuff is going to be really, really fucking good.
I'm just going to say it. Independent game creation peaked with Roblox.
But not RPG Maker?
Nah. You can fight Thanos in Roblox.
No way.
Mike,
I want those Robux for my Roblox. I've
poorly
mastered the
programmed
Roblox
mic
chain.
dropped.
Nah, it's like I've seen some cursed footage. They play the bass boosted like Avengers soundtrack super loud the whole time.
Oh, apparently Kalen's about ready to fight somebody. He's pulling off the gloves.
This is actually
Oh,
my
he's taking off his
Infinity
weighted
Gauntlet.
gloves.
No, he's tightening it.
It's my
That's how you know he's
yeah.
ready for business.
He's
He's
put Jim's in here.
It's like putting the bandana on. It's that.
I like how you have to mime having a bandana when we have our own bandana Brooks here.
Bandana Brooks, accessories not included.
He just got back from karate class.
Just
you
got
come
back
with-
from Karate Mom.
Do you come with karate chop action?
I always come with Karate Chop and lifelike hair, too.
It's
Check out my Kung Fu grip.
Sorry, judo chop action.
Um,
Has anyone played the
Yes.
legendary edition of Mass Effect yet?
no, that's right. That did just come out.
like today or yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still thinking about whether or not I want to buy it.
I
own
am
all
not-
of the games already. Is
never
it going to
really
be worth it?
I never really
don't
played
know.
Mass Effect to begin with, so
Neither have I.
I'm not-
Like I
Neither
played
have
the
I.
first one. I hated it. Because RPG mechanics in RPG mechanics in first person shooter setting.
The first one played like shit, but apparently they've made some gameplay adjustments
Yeah,
to that.
that's what I've heard. So I'm looking forward to it, but it's not something I feel any urgency to buy.
I mean, I say the series is worth playing just for 2 and 3.
I'll get
The
it.
story
I'll get it
and
when it
the
goes on
lore
sale, probably.
are, as far as I've heard, because I've only played 25 hours of the first one,
Well, at
are
this-
really solid. Like it's fun space
Yeah,
opera.
I mean, it's got a fan base for a reason.
Yeah, at this point, it's a part of the pop culture thing. So I want to know.
can you show me?
Strangers like me.
I just can't imagine
Really?
having the time to put all that into 3 different, 3 games, like a persistent story through 3 long games. Like I just can't imagine.
4 games in total.
Well, if you're like
Myself
me
finishing
and
it.
you've modeled your Commander Shepard after Carl Weathers, there's a lot to enjoy along the way.
Hey, Fry Man!
That's Carl Bertina.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not Carl Weathers.
I know.
But now I want to play that Mass Effect.
But that's a great segue into the news that
Aqua Teen movie.
Aqua Teen movie,
Metalocalypse?
Metalocalypse, and Venture Brothers
Ryan's
are all getting
tears-
movies. They're all going to be direct to HBO Max, and I could not be more happy.
Ryan's tears
I think
shed
we
when
only
Venture
have
Brothers
about
came to a close.
Another week before the new Adventure Time comes out.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
next week. Forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
There's a
But,
whole bunch coming out somewhere.
I am excited. At least Octane Hunger Force already got a movie for one.
Yeah, right.
And
had
that
two,
that
didn't
show lost all of its momentum like 3 seasons in, and it just became really shitty. But the Venture Bros,
I'm about to break your other hands.
the Venture Bros is a persistent story, and like it needs a hard like wrapping up since they canceled the show.
It needs either a hard wrapping up or a plan forward.
Right.
And I'm hoping that this movie is going to be the latter, where like, with Futurama, when they were bringing that back, there were a bunch of movies. They did 3 movies.
And then 2 seasons.
And then started it back up. And Metalocalypse, I mean, people have been
Begging.
asking for that
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Metalocalypse is great.
Yeah. So I am
Hunger
really
Force
looking
on
forward
the
to
other
those.
Whatever.
Tell me make your peace, sir.
Friendship with Kalen over.
Hold on a second. I don't know why you're so mad.
Pretty good.
Rules law, your law or mine, Joker.
Now he's gonna break one viewer finger when he kicks your ass later.
glow.
Oh God, the fucking
And banana.
And banana.
still my favorite.
It's
So
the enforcer. I want my name to be spaghetti.
I have 2 favorites. The first appearance of the Moonanites,
Oh yeah.
and
Moonanites.
Carl's bleeding walls.
Yeah.
My favorite is the one where Meatball gets the snake.
Meatball.
Meatball.
Jesus.
fucking guy.
Meat wad,
fucking
get
guy.
the honey. See,
Yeah.
Meatball, French fry person.
Yeah, we have French fry cup and meatball.
And was he Jamba Juice? I think he was Jamba Juice, right?
Yeah.
And their persistent neighbor, Kevin. Their neighbor, Carl Weathers.
It's the DreamWorks version of fucking Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
So, I rewatched all of Breaking Bad recently,
Hey, I'm watching Breaking Bad right now.
and
It's almost like we didn't talk about this the other
my
day.
jam.
it's you got to give it a
I've
real solid
I've seen it
go.
off and on.
I've
It's just
seen it.
never really like captured
I've
my
seen it all
attention.
before.
I was aiming my guys at that.
Okay.
It is genuinely like incredibly well written, and God, Bryan Cranston is such an outstanding actor.
Oh yeah, I know that I know that it's very well written. I know that a lot of people enjoy it. It was just never something that I like when it was new and stuff. It was just never grabbed my attention in the kind of the same way that I mostly ignored Game of Thrones for a while.
Yeah, I mean, Game of Thrones, I
It's
kind of
better
fell
than
out
Game of
of.
Thrones.
I was not interested
It is
in
better
Game of
than
Thrones. It's better than Game of Thrones, in
Yeah,
my
there's
opinion.
pizza involved,
And it's on the roof.
Sad, lonely pizza on a roof.
and they had to keep telling people to stop throwing
Yep.
pizzas on their roof.
Yeah,
made me
because people
laugh so
actually
hard.
live there.
Yeah,
And I had previously only watched the first season of Better Call Saul.
It's so good.
So I finally watched all 4 seasons of Better Call Saul, and that was fucking outstanding.
I had no idea it was
is
going to be.
that show done? Better Call Saul?
No, we just learned yesterday. I thought it was done because
You watched all 4 that are on Netflix. Season 5 came out last year.
Okay,
They
so
don't-
season 5 is already
It
out.
won't hit Netflix until season 6 starts, and that's how they've been doing it every year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I watched all the seasons that are on Netflix, and the season finale of season 4 feels like a show ender. Like it feels like it's the end of the show, but apparently not,
Season 6
as
is
we
gonna
learned
be the last
yesterday.
season.
I truly was surprised at how, and I shouldn't have, I should not have been surprised because it's Vince Gilligan and he is one of the best script writers of all time.
And I love Bob Odenkirk.
And Bob Odenkirk's amazing.
Well, yeah, the guy from Thumb Wars.
And no, that's the wrong Odenkirk. And it always
That's actually-
bothered me when I worked at Suncoast.
It's not even Odenkirk, it's Steve
Odekirk.
Odekirk.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Steve Odekirk?
He
Yeah, the
makes
Thumb
all the
Wars.
fucking stupid ass thumb movies.
He also made
I don't know what they're talking about.
he also made Jimmy Neutron.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why it sucks.
Stupid monkey. That's his.
Really? Oh, I like Jimmy Neutron.
Steve Odekirk?
James
Yeah.
Neutron.
He's directed a lot of stuff that he doesn't like put his
His fucking
I
thumb
love the
movies
thumb
are fucking
movies.
stupid.
They're so good.
No, they are not.
They're so good.
You are
No,
wrong.
they're not.
There's no way they
They're-
can be good just hearing them described as thumb movies.
They're spoofs where
It's-
they superimpose faces onto
That's
thumbs.
the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like if that what is it, the annoying orange? It's like
Yeah.
it's like if
It's-
that
yeah.
It's like if that was somehow worse.
Oh, Jesus. Best thumbs. Hilarious.
There's some good jokes in them. They're
No.
funny. Yes, there are.
Well,
Yes,
I tell
there
you
are.
what, Tyler,
give it a thumbs down.
you watch all of them today, which I mean that would, or not today, but this week, which will take you about 3 hours probably, and then you report back and you tell us just how many good jokes
You
there are.
can't drink or smoke or anything.
Nope, you have to
watch
be
them sober.
completely
completely sober.
It's got to be during the daytime, and you can't be with anyone that
Bacon
makes you laugh.
outside.
And you have to Clockwork Orange your eyeballs open.
Yep.
I've watched them recently.
What is wrong with you?
Wow.
You got to sprinkle salt in your eyes while you do it.
Wow.
I liked them when I was a kid. They're more of a nostalgia thing.
You should make your own thumb videos. Do a boulder's thumb.
Well, next time you watch them, take off your fucking rose-colored glasses.
A thumb.
It's phalanges gate, asshole.
It always drove me nuts when I was working at Suncoast because we carried those and they looked like hot fucking garbage.
They're really stupid.
And I would always see Odekirk and I'd be like, oh, it's the fucking Mr.
Show Guy.
Show Guy. Nope.
That guy. I think as many people saw those because they probably had the same.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the Mr. Show
the
guy,
Mr.
right?
Show guy. This is definitely going to be funny.
He also did Kung Pao, which Kung Pao is
Garbage.
a beautiful, beautiful movie
No, it's
that
not.
belongs in the annals of cinema history.
Yes, it belongs in an anus.
Just like my thumb.
Indeed.
2 thumbs up.
Way up.
Further.
But yeah, I absolutely... I absolutely
No.
love Better Call Saul.
Keep going.
I was surprised to see Michael McKean in it playing...
Disappointed in myself.
You know, flash forward to about 10 years, right? It's the night of my wedding. And after all this hard work, I'm finally going to make it with my wife. And in that special moment, I'm going to think about this moment.
Wait, geez, you were saying
And I will fail to produce an heir, thus dooming my kingdom for all mankind because I'm thumbing.
You're welcome. Thanks for thinking about me while you're fucking your wife, I guess.
for the first time.
That is one of the many alternate futures that await Dan. I'm thumbing.
We have reached a new low on the podcast.
Hey, we've made better
And
jokes
I did
than the
not
Thumb movies.
expect it to come from Dan.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't tell me this isn't a joke that you expected to be made at some point, but not by me.
I mean, I think that actually adds to its comedy factor. Is I was not expecting it from there.
Yeah.
I felt it in like the second and a half of silence that preceded everyone laughing.
Yes, usually Dan is so highbrow.
Yes.
Quite. Well, you went from Mr. Highbrow to thumb in my mouth.
You went from Bob Odenkirk to Steve Odekirk. Well done.
No, that was better than all of the jokes in Thumb Wars combined.
Yeah.
And probably also throwing in Thumbtanic as well.
Yeah. So yeah, Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
It is really good.
I was not expecting
surprised.
Michael McKean to be in it. He plays Saul Goodman's brother.
Ugh.
And he plays a character who...
The worst?
yeah, I mean, he's definitely the worst. But like, so the condition that he has, that's a real thing.
Right.
He believes that he is allergic to electricity.
Oh.
And so... He
Now I wanna,
it's a mental illness.
No,
like,
I know, but everyone is if they get electrocuted. Like,
I mean, he can't be around
When you
anything
get
that stores
electrocuted.
electricity or gives off electromagnetism or anything like that. So
that is now how I'm going to be referring to people who get electrocuted to death. They
they're
overdosed.
allergic. They overdosed on electricity.
They overdosed on electricity. They were just allergic.
Look,
He would
I
have been
mean,
okay.
little bits of electricity are fine. It's how we exist. But
some wires
they
are
overdose
spicier
on
than
it.
others.
Our personality is electricity running through chemicals.
Yep.
Yeah, he believed he couldn't even like hold a cell phone.
Yeah.
He would have to sleep in like a aluminum
Like a foil blanket.
foil blanket.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that make you more susceptible to
Yeah,
electricity?
that's less insulated.
yeah.
Actually, I don't think it was aluminum. It was like it was mylar.
space blanket.
Like a space
Mylar.
blanket.
Aluminum.
And yeah, it's really interesting and fun. And I am like extremely happy to learn that I still have a whole other season that I get to watch.
The thing that I
Because
like,
then I moved on to El Camino and actually watched El Camino, which was really decent as well. Finally, like seeing what happened to Jesse at the end of the whole thing.
Right?
Yeah, that's a movie.
Because for a while, people kept talking about El Camino and thought they were talking about the Black Keys, for a little bit, because they have that album called that.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and then,
Terrible album.
yeah, that's what I heard.
the thing that I really liked about Better Call Saul was like I love Breaking Bad, and it is forever going to be one of my top 5 favorite things that I've ever watched. But holy fuck, it brings you down. Like every episode, you're just like, my heart. Why?
Wow.
Better Call Saul has the quality of the writing, the performances that you want, and without the depression at
It's
the end of
still
the
heartbreaking.
episode. It's still
Yeah, it's
heartbreaking.
still
Yeah,
definitely
I don't know.
But it's not
heartbreaking.
near as bad as Breaking Bad.
I don't need to watch television to be depressed, Tyler.
Look, sometimes you just need to remember that you do feel things.
Oh no, I
And that's when-
remember that I feel things, just like how I feel like I can never make the follow-up joke about erectile dysfunction. But I did anyways, and here we are. It's just as sad as your little TV show.
Look, I'll acknowledge that is a good follow-up joke, but the execution...
Yeah, it's too late.
And the
just ruined
desperation
it.
in which you shoehorned it into the conversation.
Yes, I did. 100%.
That was definitely echoing in your head for a little bit, wasn't
Oh
it?
yeah.
He was like,
It is
"Come,
an
please stop
endless
talking, please stop
chamber
talking."
of
You're like,
noise.
I cannot speak again without this coming out. What do I do?
What must I do?
That would be a really horrible thing if we just never let him speak again, and it's just sitting there like ricocheting in his head.
No, you see,
Erectile dysfunction, erectile dysfunction.
Because then what would have happened is at the end of the episode, when we have like the 10 seconds of silence, he would have just screamed, "Erectile dysfunction!"
No, I would love to see what happens to Brooks if he is forced to keep all of his jokes inside.
He explodes.
So what you're saying is you want to duct tape him to a chair with his and make sure he has like a ball gag or something.
and it's a constant like the Weather Channel's on, so they have nothing to riff on.
No.
No, that
I
would make
want you
you
to have
implode.
things to riff on. You just won't be able
Yeah.
to
It's
just-
the
express
most
them.
riffable material in front of you.
Right. You just won't be able to express.
We're going to make you watch Thumb Wars.
Ugh.
We'll clockwork orange you, but just add a ball gag to it.
But it's got to be an orange.
Deal.
Trying to think what
I'm
else.
counting that as a verbal handshake right there. This is happening.
Contract sealed.
No.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. There's definitely been news. I just don't
What else
remember.
happened?
Well,
Really?
what have you
Any of
guys
it.
been doing in the last 2 weeks?
Playing Resident Evil 8.
Yeah.
Dying a slow but steady soul death.
I haven't been able to hold a controller, and like I was like feeling down. I was like, I need to play a video game, and then I realized I got that Fantasian RPG on
Fantasian.
my iPad. Fantasian. I don't know.
Fantasian. It's definitely
Baldur's Gate?
Fantasian.
Nah. But the one made by the people who made Final Fantasy. So and it's just a one finger like swipe and point RPG. So I was like, oh, I can play a video game actually, since I can't hold a fucking controller.
So
So is it sprained?
Yeah,
is it broken?
what is the
I went to
actual deal?
the urgent care and they x-rayed it. It's my wrist.
Break that
and-
motherfucking heart. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I couldn't even if I wanted. I didn't ride my hog here.
crank that, soldier boy.
So it's
He's got the card in between the spokes,
Yeah, I thought I
okay?
broke my wrist, but apparently I didn't.
So
It's just it's my wrist. I couldn't like a week ago. I couldn't like move my fingers.
Did you just wake up and like, ah!
It hurt so bad. I like woke up on like this couch in my niece's apartment. I was just like, "Fuck!" I like not only so hungover, but like no matter how I tried to like lay, like my wrist was just in excruciating pain. I was like, "What happened?" Like, and there's no answers.
So you still don't know?
any more questions?
Oh, no. So the good thing about there not being any answers means there's also no witnesses.
Right.
Yeah. No one's like, oh yeah, that guy.
Or someone's just not talking.
Or
Yeah.
maybe there
Time to go
was.
shake down all those kids that you were partying with.
Maybe there. Maybe there was a witness, and that's why your wrist is hurting.
Killed them.
Is there anyone close
And
to
now
you
their
that you
soul
haven't
currently
seen in a little
resides in
bit?
your hand, just like in Metal Gear Solid 2.
So I'm going to get serious for a moment because I just realized why I don't remember anything that happened over the past 2 weeks. And it's because last week I had brain stuff. Brain stuff that I have never experienced in my entire life.
You mean like a neurological event?
Yeah.
Okay.
I dissociated. So Dan had mentioned dissociation in the past, and I didn't really know what it meant, didn't really, think about it.
Sucks.
And then this thing started happening to me, and the only word that I could think of to describe it was dissociation. And I looked it up online, and it just was bullet points of everything that was happening to me. I couldn't tell the difference between dreams and reality. I couldn't recognize my surroundings. I was immediately forgetting everything. I'd walk out of my room and into here, and I didn't recognize my home at all. And it was terrifying because this was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of last week. So it was 3 days of this, I felt it's 3 days of feeling like a passenger in my own body, feeling like I wasn't in the driver's seat. And so I could observe and analyze what was happening to me rationally, but I couldn't rationalize myself out of what was happening. Because it felt like a physical occurrence. It felt like a physical thing. Like just, when you do a drug and you get the effects, you feel those effects, those effects and stuff. It was basically like that. I still have absolutely zero idea why it happened. I talked to my doctor, and sure, of course, I couldn't get an appointment with my doctor until after everything had passed, and she pulled me off of the Wellbutrin. But it's I've been taking Wellbutrin for months, and it hasn't been a problem. So I'm back on the Wellbutrin now because after 4 days of not taking Wellbutrin, I started getting tired by midday again. So I, messaged my doctor. I'm like, yeah, I don't think it was the Wellbutrin. I'm just going to start taking it again. She goes, that's fine. Just, keep an eye on it. But I am fully lost on what could possibly have made that happen. And it was the scariest thing that I think has ever happened to me, because my biggest fear is losing my mind. And when this became a multi-day thing, it was is this my life now? Is this how I am from now on? Because if it is, I'm fucked. So that's why I don't remember anything from not this past week, but the week before.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you talked to your doctor about it. And hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
Why are
Fingers
brains so fucking stupid? It's just, it's not fair.
Brain not stupid, brain smart.
I think the scientific term was you were going off the rails of a crazy train.
Yes.
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 Indeed.
Yes.
I believe those
Yeah. So
Humor.
Hey,
And
Ozzy Osbourne is timeless.
and kind of
Because
what
the drugs have preserved his body.
Right, he physically can't die. He's waiting for the soul warriors to come and take him.
That's actually probably true.
Made a pact with Satan.
kind of what sucks is with some of the people who I talked about that with and said, hey, sorry, I was out of communication over these days, whatever, and explained what happened. From a lot of people, the response I got was, man, sounds like something I'd pay for. And it's like,
No, it's not.
There's a difference.
Let me tell you, it's not.
no.
I mean, not only, even if that was like a feeling that you could get from like taking a drug or something, there's a big difference between taking a drug specifically to get that feeling and waking up one day and feeling that way.
Yeah, it's a random status effect. It's not something you enjoy.
Yeah,
That's fucking stupid.
You did not take the medicines to.
Yeah.
Plus, honestly,
fought the wizard and you were
did
cursed.
not accidentally target yourself with the.
Yeah.
honestly, that pisses me off so much because that 100% just undercuts this.
It
event.
undermines, what
And what makes it
happen to me.
fun.
Yeah,
fuck you.
like-
Exactly.
That doesn't make you feel better.
Nope.
That just makes the whole situation worse and turns that whoever was saying that into a truly shitty person.
Yeah.
Like mental health is not a joke. Like even if we have great lives comparatively to a lot of people.
Sorry,
I'm pissed right now.
my I don't know why my internal monologue just like mental illness isn't funny, and then I hear the clown.
But you know what I mean. Like,
it's just like, but at the same time, I understand where they're coming from. Like, I have intentionally ingested drugs in my life, many of them, and
I just
Feel nothing to like remember nothing to like kind of like be out of your real world. But that was intentional.
Yeah.
Really quick, I just have to say, I have intentionally ingested drugs at some point in my life. It sounds like something that someone who has never taken drugs before would say.
How do you do, fellow lawbreakers?
I've ingested drugs.
I am not a narc.
I did not inhale. Okay, let's make that very clear. I did not inhale.
look, you want me to fucking prove I've been living on my own since I was 16 years old. I fucking smoked weed, did coke, did ecstasy.
I smoked the Mary Jane and
And-
bought 8 balls from my fellow delinquents.
And don't forget, he fucked.
I fucked.
I got messed up
Man,
on
big.
Flintstones vitamins.
I've been prescribed painkillers before.
For all the fucking.
I fuck too much.
All that Imodium for the shits I don't give.
I, of course, know you've taken drugs.
Yeah, a lot.
It was the phrasing.
Yeah, for the and I'm I don't anymore. Not even weed at this point because it's more uncomfortable for me than getting the sleep benefits that I want from it. But for the longest time, like the two things that, and even still, probably the two things that are still on the table for me as far as like things that I will take is opium and shrooms.
I always wanted
And
to take
acetaminophen
shrooms.
for headaches.
I've always wanted to take shrooms.
I don't
need a
know
s-
if
I need a
your fragile
spirit
brain
guide.
can
Probably
can
not.
handle shrooms.
I'm hoping it's a
maybe
good trip.
you're-
I had a bad trip.
I won't do them again.
Your
My brain can't handle it anymore.
I could-
your sleep paralysis demon is gonna
Just be waiting there.
Yeah,
Sup?
I could see you
When she
enjoying
finally
like
professes her love to you.
you just give him a little tea. Just give him a
It's
little
like
tea.
big mouth after that.
Didn't
Just
you?
give him a little bit.
Didn't you hear me?
And then put 'em on a
calling,
go-kart.
Notice me, senpai.
but opium's great. Opium's a crazy mellow high, and it smells like potpourri.
Every time that I hear the word opium, my brain is transported back to this random black and white picture in one of my history books in the 11th grade of an opium den with a whole bunch of dudes just passed out. It's a very vivid
Hands
image.
on a bunch of pillows.
Well, I
wearing
mean,
like,
yes.
wearing
Yeah.
like East Western Asian clothes.
Yes.
Skeletal. Yep.
It's a very vivid image in my head.
That
My
is-
brain just goes right back there when I,
I would
hear
love
opium.
to do opium in an opium den, like in a proper opium den, because it is just a very relaxing. It's like it's a paste. And it smells like potpourri, and it is a super mellow, super relaxing, like not.
And then you get addicted to it and blame
Yeah.
the Chinese.
it never
right.
hits,
Start a war.
it never hits the peaks of
Just the
you know,
opiate
of
epidemic
weed. It's
going on.
just a chill,
Is it
low level
addictive?
high.
Is opium addictive? Like an addictive?
Yes.
That's
So
where hair comes from.
opium
That's
is
where, like-
what opiates are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no one should be doing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unless you know that you will not get addicted. You said you've done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you're over the age of 80.
I took a couple
It's like
oxy.
that's when hard drugs.
Coda
are
So what's weird is
over the last week for this, and like I didn't feel anything from it. Like, so I'm not
Really?
Yeah, it's never done anything for me.
What's weird is I could see myself abusing the pills, but I can't see myself abusing opium, like direct opium.
It's too like dorky to be able to just buy it like that immediately, right? Like that feels like such a boutique experience to get like the paste and stuff like that, you know? I say, good man, go down to the corner store. I say, good man.
And I will smoke it out of a pipe no shorter than 3 feet.
I was going to say, it must be incredibly inconvenient for me to
I would like
light.
to buy a 10-shilling bag, please.
I need a pipe that is 3 feet, not 4 feet. 5 is right out. Not 2 feet unless, of course, we proceed.
What is
on
this
to
2.5 foot short round?
Good heavens, you would think I was a
I've-
baron or something.
I've had to take like Oxycontin and like Percocet before, and I choose not to anymore because I like it,
Tyler
I
just said
definitely
no.
I definitely feel
worked.
that, and I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of cool. Feels
You
good.
feel
I'm
the
like,
pull
nope.
of the demons.
Oh yeah. I
Man,
would not want to get
when-
like codeine too. I don't want to get addicted to that shit because it feels
only-
good.
The only time that I've been on OxyContin or oxycodone or Vicodin or whatever the fuck has been tooth pain.
They didn't put pew.
That was
Dilaudid.
Dilaudid and morphine.
I'm really happy that you got that from Tutu.
My yes,
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought you were saying.
my kidney stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the most intense pain I've ever experienced in my life. So understandably, I was on morphine, and
Ryan's
morphine
righteous
wasn't enough, so they put me on Dilaudid.
I'm going to refer to kidney stones as pew forever and ever and ever and ever.
But yeah, for the standard, stuff, which is actually where the opium, epidemic stems from, is from these pills, as opposed to like no one really going after morphine or Dilaudid. They're going after oxy. They're going after shit like that.
Morphine addiction.
It's
sounds-
why Mario lost his license to practice.
Morphine addiction sounds like you belong in the cider house rules.
Yeah, right.
the 1900s.
Dilaudid addiction is what happened at the turn of the century because every housewife was prescribed Dilaudid.
I've got the vapors.
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm hysterical today.
Yeah.
Need to go to the doctor and get my medicine.
Would you like cocaine, Dilaudid?
Oh,
Cocaine, opium, or a
you-
mix?
Can I interest you in a lobotomy?
Nice bottle of Coca-Cola.
We've got a 2-for-1 special. Buy one.
Bumper car lobotomy. It's my new band name.
Bumper car lobotomy.
Grindcore band.
Yep. It's just shitty grindcore with like ambient carnival noise in the background.
I don't know. Bumper car lobotomy sounds like it's on that bridge between either grindcore band or a ska band.
Yeah.
It could go either way.
It could. Actually, if it was a ska band, it would be
Silent
Bumper-
James and the bumper car lobotomy.
no, it would be bumper car liscotomy. If it was a ska band, because you have
you
to put ska
in
in everything.
I
Further
almost,
reason cementing why I don't enjoy listening to ska.
I love it.
Like my band from middle school, Ska Skank Redemption.
Skazeltov.
There better be a Jewish ska band named Skazeltov. There
Googling
better
it.
be.
Almost certainly
There
is.
has to be.
Almost certainly is.
Oh, I really
Don't
hope.
wait for me. Keep talking.
No, we're all waiting on bated breath.
You can't pick it up on the Sabbath. So Friday night shows are out.
Or the Scabbath.
Yeah, right.
You gotta wait till after 6 on Saturday.
I'm willing to bet that there is a ska Black Sabbath cover band called Black Sabbath.
Black Scabbath, yep. Oh, I bet there is. Again, also could be a grindcore name.
If it was a grindcore name, it would be Black Scabies.
Black Scabies, yep.
Skazeltov, year 2008. More chaos.
Yep.
Yep.
I figured,
Boom.
of course.
You're welcome, Skazeltov.
Skazeltov is on Apple Music.
You're welcome, Skazeltov, for the minute bump in
They probably don't exist anymore.
listenership that we're
looks
giving
like they're
you
from
in
Luxembourg.
Haven't you heard Scott's dead?
What's the country that we randomly had a whole
Luxembourg.
bunch of viewers in? Was it
Indonesia?
Ireland?
Ireland.
Indonesia. Skazeltov now has a listenership in Indonesia.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Indeed. Thank you, everybody, for watching and or listening. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Tune into the Snailmate Show on Twitch. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
There will be
On
cock and ball
ABC's
torture.
TGIF.
What was that? Was that in my head?